Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to IITC channel. Now we are going to see golden rule requirements for confined space or confined space entry. Probably you might have seen the other golden rule on the IITC channel. This you may see the standard questions what we are going to see in this module also, but not limited to. We will see what do you mean by confined space, what are the different requirements of confined space. We will see the different elements of safety during confined space entry. We will also see what do you mean by golden safety rule. We will also see that what do you mean by life saving rule. My request to you is please press the bell icon as well as subscribe the channel. You can also use this link for training your people. You can also use this link as a safety moment or a toolbox training. So basically guys, the golden safety rules are nothing but only it is a set of lesson learned through a serious incidents which has become ultimately work based practices. When we say serious means either fatality or permanent disability. Basically there is no difference between golden safety rule or life saving rules. Some company uses the terminology golden safety rule or some company uses life safety rule. There is no distinction between these two. Now let us understand what is the requirement or what golden safety rule says about the confined space. Atmospheric testing, emergency procedure and specific trainings are mandatory to work safely in confined space. Confined space golden rule requires these followings. Entry into confined space shall not be permitted until a risk assessment has been carried out and all hazards and appropriate control identified and implemented. Confined space work required a permit to work system, and without permit to work system no one should allowed to go inside the confined space, and he has to have valid approved permit to work system. Atmosphere inside the confined space shall be tested by a qualified authorized gas tester prior to each entry and thereafter designated on the permit confined space entry certificate. Confined space shall be positively isolated from all positive source of hazard prior to personnel entering. Means of communication with people in confined space shall be available and qualified attendant or buddy system shall always be present when people are in the confined space entry. A confined space emergency response plan should be prepared, rescue plan should be in place, should be tested before starting the work. All personnel engaged in confined space activities shall receive adequate training. They should be aware about all the hazards, they should be aware of all the control measures, they should be available about the HERA, they should be aware of all risk and hazards in the workplace. They should be having the access to all protective equipment. Confined space often presents or have potential to present hazard related to the conditions such as but not limited to toxicity, flammability, asphyxiation, engulfment, entrapment, physical hazard, biological hazard and radiation hazards. So these are the requirement of golden safety rule so that we can ensure there is no accident while working with or in the confined space. Guys, now you should be able to answer this question. If you have any questions, please put into the comment section. We will come back to you. With this guys, I hope this information was useful for you. With this, thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.